Hello and welcome to the Spotlight. My name is Kizike. Welcome to Voice of the People TV Sports Time. This is where you need to be and we talk about sports now. Let's go back straightly to the upcoming game where Super Eagles of Nigeria head coach Jose Peseiro has arrived in Uyo ahead of the African Cup of Nations qualifying game against Sao Tome and Principe. Peseiro, who days ago agreed an extension on his contract as the Nigerian national team head coach, arrived in Uyo with his team assistant coach, and that was on Tuesday, September 5th. So now Jose Peseiro is now the coach, remains to be the coach of the Nigerian side. Nigeria will face Sao Tome and Principe on Sunday, September 10, 2023 at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo. So let's wait to know what comes to play in that very much game. The Super Eagles camp will open in Uyo on Wednesday, September 6th for the Dead Rubber AFCON qualification game against bottom place, True Petrot as well. It's going to be, the camp is already open now. You need to know the Eagles have already secure qualification for the 23 African Cup of Nations tournament in Ivory Coast, but we'll be looking to end their first place ahead of Guinea-Bissau, who also face Sierra Leone respectively. Now, invited Super Eagles players for the team are expected to be in camp from Wednesday, with training, are expected to begin same day, and that's today. Now, let's move on to the next story. This one is about the Spanish women football head coach. George Vidal has been sacked. According to report, Vidal sack came in the wake of the Spanish FA president Luis Rubiales' case scandal. Vidal led Spain to World Cup victory when the side beat England 1-0 in the final, but they faced scrutiny after the applauded Rubiales' controversial speech at the Spanish FA's assembly last Friday. Rubiales has faced widespread criticism after he cased player Jenny Hermoso on the lips in the aftermath of Spain's victory 1-0 against England in the final on 20th August. Addressing Vidal directly on Friday, Rubiales called him the best coach in the women's football and offered him a new 4-year contract worth €500,000. That's approximately £429,000 a year. By Saturday, Vidal has changed his tune, releasing a statement criticizing Rubiales, but stopping short of calling for his resignation or dismissal. Moving on, let's talk about golf right now. Taylor Fritz will look to take a major step towards becoming the first American man talk about tennis, sorry, I beg your pardon. Taylor Fritz will look to take a major step towards becoming the first American man in 20 years to win a Grand Slam title for himself when he faces Novak Djokovic, the same international in the US Open quarterfinal on Tuesday, while compatriot Coco Gauff headlines action on the women's draw. Fritz is he's the highest seeded US player in the men's draw and has yet to drop a set as the year's Grand Slam continues. But the 25-year-old will face his toughest test opponent against an opponent where he has never beaten him in 7 meetings. Now, moving on, the 9th seed, who has never got his far at the US Open, said he has no plans to change his game when he closes out the day's season at the Alto Ashes Stadium against the 3-time champion Djokovic. In their most recent meeting, Djokovic beat Fritz last month at the quarterfinal of a US Open tune-up event in Cincinnati that the Serbian went on to win by beating Carlos Alcaraz. Djokovic now, who is seeking a 24th Grand Slam title to equal Margaret Scott's record, has enjoyed a mostly smooth passage in New York apart from the third round clash against compatriots. Now, that's also Jerry when he had to come back from the game. That's for US Open. Quickly, let's get on to the next story to talk about away from still tennis. Coco Gauff trashed Jelena Ostapenko in straight set to reach the semifinal of the US Open for the first time on Tuesday. American seeded Gauff dominated Latvia's 20th seed Ostapenko from start to finish after winning 6-love, 6-2 in just 1 hour, 8 minutes. Gauff 19 will face either Czech 10 seed Karolina Muchova or Romanian Sorona Christie in the last 4 on Thursday. Coco Gauff, beaten in the quarterfinal last year, is the first American teenager to reach the US Open semifinal since 2001. On Tuesday, evidence the American teenager will head into the last 4 brimming with confidence after producing a superb display to overwhelm Ostapenko. Now, Ostapenko had produced the shock of the tournament in the last 16 on Sunday, Austin world #1 reigning women champion Iga Swiatek in 3 sets. But amid finalists like hate on the Alto Ashes Stadium, the inconsistent Latvian wilted in the face of such performance from her American opponent. Gauff broke her opponent serve 3 times in the lopsided first set, which was over in 20 minutes. But quickly away from that story, the US Open is still very much on. And if you've been missing it, then I would say you just been missing out. You don't want to miss out on the US Open. There are still big names who are involved in the game. The likes of Novak Djokovic and, all of these guys who are making everything look fly. I love to talk about Coco Gauff anytime. She's just young and she's just a living legend to say, regardless of her age and her status. Now, let's talk about football. Manchester United has confirmed that Ivorian international defender Eric Bailly has joined Turkish giant Besiktas on a permanent move. United announced Bailly's move in a statement on their website. Bailly made 113 appearances for United after joining from La Liga outfit Villarreal back in 2016. Now, the 29-year-old Eric Bailly was the first signing of former manager Jose Mourinho and won the Community Shield on his debut for the club in a 2-1 win against Leicester City at Wembley when he was named player of the match. Later that season, he won the Carabao Cup winner medal as part of the starting 11 that beat Southampton 3-2 at Wembley. He was also an integral part in the United triumph in 2016-2017 Europa League campaign, despite missing out on the final against Ajax Amsterdam in Stockholm due to a suspension. He was named by UEFA in the Europa League team of the season with praise for his dominant defensive style of play. Bailly one goal for United came early in the following season when he scored 4-0 away with the Swansea side in August 2017. His opportunities in subsequent season were limited by injuries and competition for places alongside fellow central defenders such as Chris Smalling, Phil Jones, Marcus Rojo, and later Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, and Rafael Varane. Bailly's last competitive appearance for United was back against Burnley in a 3-1 win in December 2021, and he spent 22-23 season alone at League One side Olympique Marseille. He is the second player to join the Turkish Super League club this summer after Fred transfer to Fenerbahce last month. So that's for Eric Bailly. Now let's talk about this one. This for me looks very controversial. I don't know what you make about this story. I don't know. Former Netherlands head coach Louis van Gaal has claimed that the 22 FIFA World Cup in Qatar was rigged in order to help Lionel Messi finally lift the trophy. Messi led Argentina to World Cup glory back in December 2022, scoring twice in the final to help his country beat France 4-2 on penalties. The 36-year-old international Argentine player helped eliminate the Netherlands, then managed by Louis van Gaal in the quarterfinal, scoring in normal time before guiding his country to a 4-3 win on penalties. Van Gaal, who resigned as head coach following the Netherlands World Cup exit, believed that the tournament was rigged so that Messi could finally win the trophy that had always eluded him. When asked to reflect on the World Cup in Qatar, he told Dutch outlet, "I don't really want to say much about it. When you see how Argentina gets the goals and how he gets the goal and how some Argentina players overstepped their mark and were not punished, then I think it's all premeditated game." I mean, everything I say, that Messi should become world champion, I don't think so. Yes, but reacting to Van Gaal claim, the new skipper of the Liverpool side, Virgil van Dijk, has disagreed with his former national team boss and said it's of course his opinion. Everyone is allowed to have an opinion. I do not share the same opinion with my ex-manager. That's from Virgil van Dijk. Okay, it's just what it is. Well, let's go and talk about England midfielder Jordan Henderson, who has described the Saudi Pro side a top-flight league. Saudi Pro League is an exciting place to be, a football championship, and he settles in the Middle Eastern nation. Henderson made a transfer move from Premier League club Liverpool to Saudi Pro side Al-Ittifaq in the 23 summer transfer window, joining his former teammate Steven Gerrard as the manager. And the England international player currently captains his new club. In an interview, Henderson spoke about his reunion with Al-Ittifaq coach Steven Gerrard. "I wanted to say something that would excite me," Henderson said, "and that's not to say those clubs wouldn't excite me because they are great clubs, but they come with really different challenges, and this is opportunities with Stevie Gerrard in total different league and totally different culture was something completely different. That maybe would excite us in terms of project, and that was in front of us. And in terms of the league, Henderson has dished out 2 assists in 4 Saudi Pro League games so far this season. Al-Ittifaq currently sits in the 5th position in the Saudi Pro League, standing with 10 points after 5 matches in the division. And that's about Henderson giving accolades to the team. Already is doing well at the moment. I watched this game, I watched this clip right at Saudi Pro League, and I believed, I've always believed in Jordan Henderson, regardless of him playing the British style of play. And moving to Al-Ittifaq, I really would say I doubt he would ever struggle. Now, moving on the show now, forward Bukayo Saka was named England Men's Player of the Year for the second time successive year. The English Football Association said on Tuesday Arsenal Saka 22 was voted the standout player of the 22 season by fans ahead of the midfielder Jude Bellingham and striker Harry Kane, who were second and third respectively. Saka, who made his England debut in October 2022, scored 2020 scored 7 goals in 10 games over the last 12 months for England, including 3 goals out of 22 World Cup. He was named player of the match during England's opening 6-2 win against Iran in Qatar, as well as the win against Ukrainian side and North Macedonia back in the Euro 2024 qualifier. The latter game included the first career hat-trick. Saka was surprised with the news at England training base St George Park to mark his 22nd birthday. Was recently named PFA Young Player of the Year of the season and included the PFA Premier League Team of the Year. The 2022-23 England Women's Player of the Year will be announced later in September, according to the FA. Now, next on, Manchester United face another personnel headache following the allegation of assault made against winger Antony just 2 weeks after the club decided to part ways with Mason Greenwood. The Brazil star has been dropped from the national squad for World Cup qualifying games following the allegation by ex-girlfriend, and all eyes are on Old Trafford right now. Clubs just see what happens. The Red Devils announced last month that forward Mason Greenwood, arrested in January 22 over allegations relating to a young woman after images and videos were posted online, would leave the club by mutual agreement. The two cases had to add to an uneasy start to the Premier League season for United. Their form has been patchy, while unpopular owners, Glazer family, have reportedly taken the club off the market after failing to attract an offer that meets their asking price, compounding the feeling of uncertainty. But top of the story right now, or top of the hierarchy, talk about the top guys who at the club are really being curious to want to know what comes out of Antony's case. Antony's case is very deep, and he's been dropped from the CBF Brazil Seleção national team. He's going to be replaced, or he's already replaced by with Gabriel Jesus of Arsenal. So we are not going to be seeing the more of Antony anytime soon for now. But we are still going to wait. This, I said, would happen when it's been confirmed and when it's been stated out fully, and we now can talk about it. But right now, he's still in contention to stay in the team. But with the saga right now, I doubt Man United will want to dent their career of the club and also what they've built over time. More reason why they had to let Mason Greenwood leave for Getafe. This is all I can give you on the show. My time is just what it is. I need to run now. This is the place to be. Voice of the People TV. I'm signing out now. My name is Kizzy K. Stay safe. Bye-bye for now.